I was asked to do a lesson on the two-hand tapping technique. It's a really cool technique to use for a lot of reasons. It's actually pretty simple, if you ask me. I started learning it when I was very very much a beginner playing guitar, and so it always just came easy to me. I think that anybody, if they practice it a bit and give it a little bit of effort, they'll be able to pull off the technique and really use it well. The first one is from an intro of a song called Body in a Bag, and it's a cool technique, or it's a cool little tapping thing. It's very simple. It only uses a couple of fingers, and but it also has I think a pretty cool progression to it. So here it goes. All right, so I'll slow that down for you. It's actually a very simple thing, even though there's a lot of notes that go by pretty fast. It's really easy to do, I think. You start off tapping with the right hand on the 19th fret. After you tap, you do a pull-off. So that's how it starts. You pull off to your left hand, which is going to be fretting on the 15th fret. You pull that off to the 14th fret. And then the 14th fret pulls off to the open string. And then that little progression reverses, so you hammer on the 14th fret, hammer on the 15th fret, and then again tap the 19th fret. After that, the right hand moves up to the 20th fret. With the left hand, you're now moving the same notes, you're moving the notes up to the 15th and 17th frets, and the pattern is pretty much the same. You start with the right hand pulling off to now your ring finger, and then index finger, and then the open note. Now, something that you may have noticed as I played that slow, you start this little exercise, this riff, with tapping on that 19th fret. But when it changes, when you change from the first tapping sequence to the second one, the first notes that occur as you make that change are going to be with your left hand. So that's a little bit of a weird thing, and I guess it's something to keep the timing and the sequence correct. So you might think, because you start with the tapping on the right hand, that when you move up to the higher frets, that you would also begin with those first notes tapping on the right hand, and that's actually not the case. When you make that transition, you pull off, from the 15th to the 14th to the open note, and then the next notes are going to be the hammer on the 15th fret, 17th fret, and then the tap on the 20th fret. So as the sequence changes, you're no longer starting with your tapping hand, your right hand, you're actually starting with your fretting hand. So I'll play that transition again really slowly, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so after the end, after you go through the change twice, then there's the progression that goes down the neck. And that, of course, is my favorite part of this this little tapping riff that I came up with. So I'll slow that part down for you. So that uses the same tapping sequence. I mean, everything is really the same. You're just kind of sliding it down the neck of the guitar. It does change a bit at the end. So I'll play it again slowly. So the very last part of that sequence is not, there are not taps, there's just a couple of little slides. But two of those notes are actually hammered on, so you're not picking or tapping or anything, just hammering them on with the left hand. So.